What's going on, everybody? It's Top Boy Reviews here, back with another video, and today I just got home from purchasing this boy. This is the Transformer Seige Ultra Magnus. It was a great deal. Got him for $25. Keep in mind he's a leader class, so he's really expensive for the most part. And yeah, I got a good steal on them. But first of all, I'm going to take a look at the box, because it's not the normal Seige packaging from then. It's kind of just this weird, it says spoilers inside on it. It's weird, but inside the box he comes with, he came with this weird Play-Doh material stuff that I gave to my sister, and inside of it was these 3 Energon cubes, which is pretty cool, I guess. I did come with a few blast accessories, like weapon effects. I'm not going to take them out because I know I'll lose them. So, you know. But anyways, here's the figure with the trailer and stuff, you know, all combined together. And I do have to say, it looks alright, I guess. I mean, the front of the cab, to be completely honest, or just the cab itself, we'll take a closer look at it later, but the cab itself just isn't that appealing to me. There's this random just chunk of blue on it, which it makes not much sense, and it doesn't really sit flush with it at all. It's really not that good of a cab, but the trailer itself is cool, and I like how storable all the weapons are on it. It rolls pretty well too. Sadly, the wheels are not rubber. But before we take a look at anything on this guy, we're going to take a look at this little figure it came with. I have no clue who this is, but it turns into this weird gun thingy, with a very simple transformation here. You just fold down the arms, fold the head back, and split the legs. And yeah, it's just a little guy. I have no clue who he is or what he's from, but he's pretty cool. Now let's move on to the figure itself. So first of all, we're just going to take a look at the cab, and then we'll go into the trailer. So you basically kind of just untab some stuff, and then you just kind of just pull, and it should come out, but you know, it doesn't. And then as the trailer falls apart, all that cab bit removed, here we are with the trailer bit removed. Here we are with the cab itself, and well, the cab is, look at it. I mean, just look at this. This is just not a good cab mode, but yeah, overall the detail is pretty cool, I guess. But size comparison, here is the Seige Prime. The front kinda similar, I guess. The sides, not much similar there. The legs, these could have probably easily folded up, but you know, what are you gonna do? Now let's get on to this guy's pretty simple transformation. First of all, we're gonna come here, pull this out, take both of them, pull them out, take the legs, and pull them down. They're on ratchets. Flip out the heels just so this guy can stand up. Take this whole assembly, rotate it all the way around, push this back, which is a bit complicated sometimes. Then before you connect that, open up this assembly, flip out his head, fold it back in to give you White Optimus Prime. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is pretty good. It has its obviously Seige battle damage, but you know, what are you gonna do? And he has a literally junk in the trunk. Da baby, let's go. You can plug in one of his many included guns into his hand. This is the one I prefer the most. Or like I see is his main gun. Drop it. You can take it. You can take it and plug it into his hand here, and he looks pretty good with it. And his posability does allow you to pull out some pretty cool poses. But if you're new on this channel, you know we do size comparisons and posability, because why not? First of all, here he is compared to Seige Optimus, and then the Kingdom Optimus Primal, which all of these scale pretty well. I mean, like, I think Prime scales, or the Seige Prime scales pretty well too. Let me know if you want a review on this guy. I'm probably going to do one anyway, and then, because I want to get the Earthrise one so I can compare in that review, but I'll probably wind up reviewing this guy at some point, but and I've already reviewed this guy. So we can bring in his trailer. I'm an idiot. So the posability, the head is on a ball joint, arms are on swivel joints that can go full 360, in and out movement, swivel at the elbow, bend at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. There is a pretty nice waist swivel, ratcheted knee, or ratcheted thighs, thigh swivel for some reason, decent spread, good bend at the knees, and pivot at the foot. It's pretty good in posability. So you can, like I said, get him in some pretty cool poses if the figure will stand. Like that. Yeah! But as you all know, this is not really what Ultra Magnus is supposed to be. Ultra Magnus is a completely different character, looks-wise, to this. So, before we do that, we do need to prepare this guy for the combination. By opening that up, folding his head back in, and flipping up the heel. And then we can just kind of lay this off to the side, bring back in his trailer here, and we're just going to start disassembling it. Just start by flipping out the sides, splitting the back, and these little parts here should fall off. And then come to here and remove these little parts. And then here we are with all of this we'll get into right now. The legs, you kind of just collapse it all together like that. I'll do it a bit slower on the other leg, and then fold it in and peg it into place. First, you fold that in, fold that forward and back, so it sits like that. Fold that in, and fold that in, giving you his two little legs. And for these, you just fold these in like that. Set them off to the side. These, all you have to do is open these up. For this part, you have to fold this in, bend that up, peg it in, and then kind of you want to set it at an angle, like those parts at an angle, and then set that off to the side. Bring back in our Ultra Magnus here. Take the leg, and it just slides right in there. And it feels, it's a pretty good connection. And like I said, just slides right in there. Take the arm, little cover here, I guess. Do I have it on I do have it on the wrong side. Take the little arm cover and just slide it on. Peg it in. Take this part and it kind of just tabs in, and then you get it like that. That's why I said go at an angle, because it'll make it a lot easier, and then you just lock it all in. And we're almost done here. Just grab his little shoulder covers, and they slide on kinda nice and tight. I've noticed that mine specifically, this one here, is a weird connection. It doesn't fully go in all the way. Then you can bring back in his guns here, plug these down here, and I believe that's where they were in the vehicle mode as well, which is kind of cool. And then you can take these, put them up here on his shoulders, and here we have combined mode Ultra Magnus. Then after he's all armored up, I guess you could say, Ultra Magnus has great painting and sculpting. It genuinely is amazing from top to bottom. The one big issue I do have to say is the backpack. It's not that much of an issue until you get to his ass. It's pretty big. It retains the same backpack from robot mode, but you know his legs are chunky, and which is great because they can support the weight of this guy. Obviously, there's not really any die-cast metal parts, but you know the weight. It's still a pretty heavy figure. What can't support that though is the thighs. Just weak hinges that can't support the weight of this guy. But obviously, if you have him standing spread like that, you know the weight he can stand at least, which is pretty nice. So I guess we'll take a closer look at it. The detail is really just astonishing to me, to be honest. Especially down here, how it kind of fades into this gray, which is pretty cool. And he has the black on the thighs that fade into white. And he's not racist, guys. But I guess we can do some size comparisons, and then there's not much to go. There's not much left to talk about, since his posability is almost identical to him. And these two scale amazingly together. And if only I had the grayed out one that I could recreate Optimus Prime's death scene. Haha, funny. Optimus Prime. And this time we have Megatron. Siege Megatron. I didn't feel like transforming him before. I display my figures in robot mode, so. And then Optimus Primal. Which Optimus Primal is a small boy compared to this guy. He's tiny. And then we have, lastly, we have Starscream. And like I said before, the posability does pretty much carry over. So there really isn't much left to go over with this guy. Except the way the feet are. They're weird. As you can see, it will not push in anymore. But, you know, design had to be made a certain way. Oh, and I guess one thing I can talk about, it's really different in the posability. You get a full 90-degree pivot, which is cool, I guess. Hope you do. But yeah, that's going to wrap up my review for Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Ultra Magnus, and I thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in my next review. Peace out, poggers.